and has consistently participated and won robotics competition. It has also conducted multiple outreach activities like workshops, training, etc. to motivate the community. Team LegoGoa, consisting of 14 members, is participating the world's top robotic competition, First Tech Challenge, and they are here today to talk about FTC, their journey, learning, and actual demo of the robot. Now I'll request the team to please start the demo.
I hope you all enjoyed that video. I would first like to ask you whether you like robotics or not and why. Who here likes robotics?
Yeah, so today many people have problems doing this. If you had a robot, so let's say you are handicapped and you can't walk, you are in wheelchair. You don't actually go to the thing at all. So if you had a robot, then you can attach a hydraulic hand to it. Then you bring the thing, you bring the let's say you want coffee. So you bring the coffee to you and then it will give it to you. So like that, so for handicapped people, and then let's say other things, many people like today even surgeries are done by robots, and then there are many applications for robots.
That's a great answer. Anybody else would like to try?
I like robotics because I like building robots, and also I just it, like code programming them and all, finding the errors in the code and all.
Okay, that's also great. So, good afternoon everyone. I am Venkatesh Tempo from Shada Mandir School, grade 7. On behalf of my team, I would like to invite all of you to this presentation on our FTC journey. Now, you might be wondering, what is FTC? FTC stands as an acronym for First Tech Challenge. In First Tech Challenge, teams compete head to head in an alliance format. My team members will tell you about the details of this year's theme later. LegoGoa has been pursuing robotics since 2018 and has consistently participated in many robotics competitions, and we have also won them. We have also had many outreach activities such as workshops and training sessions to motivate our community. CAD, computer aided design, and programming skills were some skills that we learned during this journey. We also learned how to work as a team and have fun. Now, I would like to hand it over to Aniket to continue with our achievements. But before that, I would like to tell about our team. Team LegoGoa Axiom consists of 14 members and is participating in world's top competition, which is known as FTC. And we are here today to talk about FTC, our journey, learnings, and to show the actual demo of our robot. Team members conducting this demo include my teammate Aniket Bhatikar, Taksh, Sai Pranav, Viraj, Vignesh, Shaunak, Aryan, Samihan, and Aditya. Now I would like to hand it over to Aniket.
So, I am Aniket Bhatikar. I am from grade 9, studying in Muslim High School. So, our team LegoGoa Axiom hasn't only achieved in academics. They also participate in various co-curricular activities and succeeded in it. And some of them are listed over here. So, as you can see over there, Viraj and Sai Pranav, our team members, participated and successfully won the runner-up title in Makex International held in Thailand. Also, me along with Samyan represented Goa as our project was selected in the Western India Science Fair, and we are represented in Goa Science Center, Mumbai. Aditya, he was a part of his school team from Shardam School, and he had built a cubic set or a cubic shaped satellite, and It was launched in the lower atmosphere where they recorded data. Also, Vignesh had participated in IT quiz at national level and he bagged the first place. So with these great minds, so with this great mind of achievers, we all are now participating in the world's best robotics competition, First Tech Challenge. And we are the first team of Goa to participate in this competition. So now I hand over mic to Samian to know more about FTC.
Before Samihan continues, I would like to tell that we have a prize at the end for you. Throughout this presentation, we will be asking you questions, and whoever gets the answer right, we will give them the hands-on experience of running our FTC robot.
Hi, I am Sam. Hi, I am Samian Pangam, studying in 9th standard from Mustifan High School. Now I will talk about what is FTC. So FTC is not all about robotics competition. In FTC, teams are challenged to raise funds, design a brand for the team, and build and program the robots for difficult field games. The main concept of FTC is gracious professionalism. It is the way of doing things in which encourages the high quality work and emphasize the value of others and respects individuals and the community. So before going to the FTC means the and in there is in this season the name of the game is power play. So before going to the power play, we will talk about the rules of every season. So in FTC there are two alliances. One is blue alliance and second is red alliance. And in each alliance there are two teams of four players. And the and there is also a mentor including the players, four players. Then there is in the power play there are 40 cones and two beacons, and in that we have to place on junctions. There are four junctions. One is ground junction, second is low junction, then medium junction, and then high junction. And each junction have different points. Then there is the total time of the game is 3 minutes, and the 3 minutes is divided further into three parts, which is autonomous period, manual period, and end game. In autonomous period, there is a single strip in which there are three images which has different numbers, and different numbers have their respective place. And in autonomous, the robot has to detect the image and recognize the number and go to the respective place. And then in between, the robot can also score the cones. Then there is manual period in which there will be two drivers which will controlling the robot and they have to score the cones. And then there is end game in which we can score bonus points, like if we completed the circuit, which will be explained in the further in the video. We
So there are a few questions which I will be asking throughout this presentation. The answers to these questions, if given correctly, may result in the grand prize, which is you can control our robot. So my first question is, what is the full form of FTC? Correct. What is your name? Okay. Before we move on, I would like to ask you if you have any questions. So I can ask my colleagues to repeat anything you have missed out. Anybody has any question? Okay, then we can move on.
So now you all might be thinking why we are participating in competition like first step challenge. So by participating in such competition, still enhance or improve our coding and robotic skills, and so that we can share these skills with you all. Also, this competition helps us to be self-sufficient in many ways, and one of the ways is by raising one fund. The fee or the cost to participate in this competition is not affordable by us. So what we did is we conducted various workshops, various places, some outreach activities, and collected funds to that workshops. And we used those funds to participate in this competition. It also helps us to learn various skills like we divided ourselves into building teams, then programming groups, and so on. So myself, I am a member of building team and documentation. Also, the most important thing we learned in this competition is working in a team because we work in the team and for the team. Thank you. So now I hand over to Shauna.
We managed our team by dividing them based on our preference, skill, and choice. Some of the domains are namely build, programming, and documentation. The first build subhead comprises of the actual robot and building the robot as well as implementing the mechanisms needed to complete the desired task. The building of the robot was not an easy task. There were some challenges which we faced and solved, and that's why we are here today. The second subhead is programming. Here we have to code, test computer programs, and check if it's working. The program FTC Sim helps us to code our robots. And in the subhead that is documentation. Here we document the team members learning their journey and write it down in an engineering notebook. Additionally, an engineering portfolio is also maintained. In the engineering journal, the team members write their daily tasks that they have performed. Finally, these tasks are compiled in a weekly log. Apart from these main activities, we had to do some outreach activities to earn some money to buy these expensive parts. Outreach, whatever knowledge me and my team has gained, we have made genuine attempts to share the same with the students, and hence we have undertaken workshops through various outreach programs. Some of our beneficiaries of the outreach program are Goa Science Center, People's High School, Hamara School, Progress High School, Mustafand High School, and Kids Nest. In our outreach campaign, we educate the participants about LEGO EV3 robotics, the platform and coding. In doing so, we also try to develop an interest among these participants towards coding. Besides school, we also conducted workshops in several places like Vasco, Porvorim, Goa, Margao, Maksa on Lego robotics. All these outreach programs were a part of the fundraising campaign to progress further in our robotics journey. I have now spoken about the outreach. We conducted various workshops to raise funds for the competition, and now Sai Pranav will now talk
about what are we doing of, for the upcoming competition.
Hello. My name is Saipanam Gandhi. For this year's competition, we had to do many things to make sure that our robot was up to the marks. One of them was 3D designing. Many times we had a part which we required, but we did not have that part. Or we needed to do something very specific, or we had to connect two pieces in a different way. To accomplish this, we 3D designed the parts on our own and printed them. We 3D designed many parts for our robot. A few of them are our claw, which is the first image. We use it to grab cones so that we can place them. The second thing we designed is a gear rack, which is the second image. We use this gear rack with a combination of gears to extend and retract our claw to give it maximum mobility and reach. The third thing is the cone holder. This cone holder holds our cones so that we can place them on the cones. The cone holder has a locking mechanism on the inside which locks cones in position so that they can be accurately dropped. To get all these parts, we had to 3D print them. First, we had them 3D printed externally. That is, we would send the file to somebody else and they would 3D print it for us. We realized that this was had some problems because we would have to wait for the part and we couldn't exactly specify how we wanted the part to be. So we decided to buy our own printer, which is the image on the screen. We bought our own printer and tried to 3D print with it. But we found out that 3D printing is not easy and there are lots of problems and difficulties we had to face so that we could print. First, we did not know how to slice our files, which would be how the 3D printer prints them. And we did not know how we could make our parts the best way. We would sometimes make our parts too weak or sometimes we make our parts too heavy. But after a lot of trial and error and practice, eventually we were able to understand how to slice files properly and how to use the 3D printer. With this knowledge, we were able to 3D print various parts for our robot and we use them everywhere in our robot. Now, I'll call my friend Avnish who will explain how we use these parts and how our robot was designed.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, so before Avnish starts, the next question is to check your memory. From the video on the game pieces, do you remember how many points it would take to score on the high junction? Anyone? Yeah? Correct. And what's your name?
Akshat.
Akshat. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Avnish and I study in Sharda Mandir School. And today I'll be telling you all how we built the robot and how the parts work. So our robot has several components, out of which there are a few very significant ones. The first one is the slider. Now this slider has had various versions throughout the months. Currently, it comprises of 3 Go sliders. This slider works with a pulley mechanism. There are strings on the side of the slider which are connected to pulleys. The end of the string eventually connects to a spool which is connected to a motor. Whenever we run the motor, the slider will be pulled up so that we can place our cones on the junctions. And vice versa to bring it down. Second of all, we have our cone holder right here. This cone holder works with a servo motor. Now, Sai Pranav has already explained that there's a mechanism inside the cone holder which holds the cone even if the cone holder is upside down. Third thing is the claw, which is right here. So just give me 1 second. This is the claw It is also a 3D design part and controlled by a servo motor. As you can see right here, there are these elastic-like springs inside the claw. These help hold the cone better and give us better grip. The fourth part is the gear rack. Now this gear rack is works with a slider mechanism. So basically, the 3D printed gear rack is attached to a slider, and the sliders come out with the help of these gears. These gears are moved by the motor right here. So this motor will move the gear over here, and you might have thought, why are there two gears instead of one? So the motor we are currently using, the axle, there can only be an axle on one side. So this gear moves and then the signal transfers like this onto the other side. The fifth part is the chassis. The chassis is the main base plate of the robot, which is currently built by Go Builder Parts. The chassis holds almost everything on the robot, not only on top of it, but even inside it. The inside of the chassis are hollow. They hold the motors for the mechanism wheels and also a lot of the wiring. The sixth part are the mechanism wheels. These mechanism wheels are very special. The thing that makes them special is that they don't only move forward or backward. They can move sideways or diagonally without turning. This is because they have these tinier tires on them. And what happens is, we, the mechanism wheels do not move individually. All of them move together to create a specific movement, sometimes cancelling each other out to give a specific movement. The last part is the wiring system. Now, we cannot leave our wires hanging because they might snap, they might get tangled in the tires. So for that, we group the wires up and pass them through this wire cable. There's another cable-like thing here, and as I've mentioned earlier, the most of the wires are also under and inside the chassis. Thank you very much. Now I will hand over to Aryan for the robot code.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aryan. I study in Kendriya Vidyalaya, INS Mandali. So, my role in programming is my role in the team is a programmer. So, today I'm going to explain you all the code which is on the screen. So, before coding, we have to connect our laptop to the control hub, which is on the robot. So after connecting both of them, we can code these things from our laptop. So the first code, as you can see, is the initialization code. This is the code. This is a setup code. So when we press initialization on the driver station, which is a device, then this code runs. Then after this code runs, the main code starts. Then the second code is the movement code, which is the main code. So we have coded this so that we can control the robot with the help of joysticks. So this is now our manual code. Uh, so we also need some strategies to play the game. So Shaunak will tell more about the strategies. Shaunak.
We are covering two high junctions in autonomous. We are trying to score 6 goals in the manual period. Now, we have built, coded, and strategized about our robot, and we have learned so many topics today. Now, Venkatesh will summarize all of the learnings of today.
So the next question is of the build of the robot. So what do we use to grab the cones? Yes. Correct. What's your name? Here. I hope you all don't have any questions. Who has questions? No one, right? Okay. So during this journey,
What kind of Python this programming language?
we have used blocks programming. So currently we haven't done Python or Java because this is our first year. Yeah, those blocks are Java based actually. Means the code behind the blocks are in Java. Okay. So during this journey, some skills gradually develop. They include technical skills, which include CAD, which is computer aided designing. We also learned machine learning using TensorFlow, then robot hardware assembly using aluminium profiles, servos, uh, servos, motors, etc., and robot control and navigation. Some soft skills that developed include learning core values like gracious professionalism and competition, speaking and presentation skills, and also project management and teamwork. One more thing is biodata. First programs are well recognized and worldwide, and participation in FTC adds significant meaning to our portfolios for admissions and scholarships to to famous colleges. Pro- this also provides opportunities to have friendships to seek peer-based learning. Now, I would like to call Viraj and Vignesh for the demo of the field elements. So another question. What is the specialty of mechano wheels?
They can use sideways and diagonally without the main weight.
Correct. What's your name?
Achal.
Achal.
So you must have remembered from the video that this field consists of four junctions. One is the ground junction, the other is the low junction, the third is the medium junction, and the fourth is the high junction. So now, the low junction, if you put a pole inside of it, it gives you 3 points. The medium junction gives you 4 points, and the high junction gives you 5 points. The mat is a 6 by 6 array of tiles, and the total length of the mat is 12 feet. So this will be larger than the whole stage. Now, we are going to put these cones into these holes by using a claw and the slider and the cone holder. So now I would like to ask Vignesh to explain the robot.
So before the actual working of the robot, I'll show you the electronics components that are involved in our robot. So as you can see here, here we have the main control hub, which is like the brain of the robot. So it is programmed using the laptop over Wi-Fi, which, as Aryan has showed you, contains all the codes which are compiled in Java, and the robot works on it. We also have an expansion hub, which gives us the ability to connect more motors to the robot. This improves the complexity of the robot. Also, we have used a camera. This camera is to use machine learning. So during the session, uh, in the film you have seen that the game consists of manual period and autonomous period. So in the autonomous period, we are using the camera here to park on the proper place. Then this is the slider which moves up and down to drop the cones. Also we have used different kinds of motor here, such as the servo motor, HDX motor, and ultraplanetary motors for the wheels. Now we also have this driver hub which is connected to the robot using Wi-Fi and controls the robot using this gamepad. Now I'll place the robot on the wheel.
So now we'll give you a short demo of the robot. So one of the main specialties we told you about the robot was that using a mechanism wheels, the robot can move sideways without moving its face. So as you can see here. So now our second part, which is the track and move mechanism. So now this can be used so that we can reach the cone more easily and we don't have to move the whole robot. Okay, so now we'll show the slider. So one more thing that Science Madam had explained you that the cone holder has a mechanism in it that prevents the cone from falling even when it is upside down. So this way we can correctly align to the high junctions and then drop the cone to make sure that we will get the points for that cone. No worries, we'll try again. So now we'll also do one for the low junction. told you that if we had tried putting the phone without the phone holder mechanism, it would have never gone in because we would never get a visualization of it. So this really helps the drivers for putting the phones in at the more accurately. Yeah. So yes, so
I would like the people who answered the questions to stand up. So first I would like to call both of you on the stage to get a hands-on experience of our robot. Our teammates will assist you. Like to invite the other person also who answered. Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed that hands-on experience. Now I would like to call our coach, Mr. Saish Gandhi, on the stage to say a few words.
Okay, thank you, my team, for such a wonderful presentation. I hope you liked it. Yes? Okay, one more round of applause for this young friend of yours. You can all please come to the stage. All of the whole team, please come up in your formation. Okay, so this team, as you have been introduced, is LegoGoa Axiom. This team has been formed to participate in the FTC, which is happening on 10th of March in Pune. Okay, so if you want to come, it's a fantastic competition. Over 50, 60 teams from all over India compete over there. It's a 3-day event which happens in Pune. The whole 3 days are is filled with this robot on the field. A lot of learning happening there, and they all. It's not only competition; they are also cooperation. Means they help each other, they compete with each other. There's a lot of learning, and you must have seen so much they have learned in the last few months, right? From CAD designing, printing your own parts, coding the robot, learning how a team functions, raising funds. They've raised almost 60,000 rupees by conducting workshops in various locations. Per student 500 rupees. This kind of things they have done on their own. They've gone to sponsors, asked for money. So all this learning happens when you form a team. So it's very nice that you go to school. You must be already learning coding and robotics scheme, CARE scheme. You're learning coding in your school, most of you all. So you like the Kojo or Scratch programs? Yes, that's nice. So this is nothing but similar. You also will be having similar programs in your school later. Maybe by next year you'll be having robots. So you should be also learning this. Yes, you will be learning this. Yes. Maybe not so much, but yes, you'll be learning. But if you want to learn more, you'll have to form teams of your friends and start building robots. Many of us are already building robots, right? So if you need any kind of help, these people are there. You can ask them. They will help you as to how you can identify which competitions are there, how to build a robot, how to buy different components, how to code them. Since they've been doing it for some years now, they have a lot of knowledge. So you can ask this team. You can Google us. We have a website called as LegoGoa.in. We are there on Facebook also. We have a WhatsApp group also. So you can join there and learn more about the team and what they do, right? And anything else I'm missing? Any questions for us you would like to ask the team? Any questions? The question asking is, can you join this team? So this team is already participating in the competition, so that's only for the competition. If you want, you have to create more teams because this team is already built to the size capacity. If you are having your own friends and you want to build a team, we will help you. We will help you with everything, right? But you should form your own team. Take that effort to form your team, and we'll come and help you. We are going tomorrow to Shoreham. St. Bartholomew School has called us. They want to form a team. So we are going there to demo to their parents and to the school. So if you want to have a demo in your school and you want to form a team, call us and we will come there and help you form a team. Any other question? Yes? How this team was formed? Okay, interesting question. It's me and my wife, Aparna. Our son is Sai Pranav. So he has been pursuing robotics for some time now. And because of him, we said he has been participating in many competitions. So to him, we have added more and more. It's like a family which is growing. It's become a bigger family now. Anybody else? Yes? Yeah, how much money is required? Yeah, interesting question, right? So this is a US-based program. And most of the components, they have said that it has to be like this only, the electronic parts. So we have to import all these parts. That's why it's expensive. We have spent around 4 lakhs till now on this robot. It is expensive, yes. But we have managed to raise all the funds through sponsorships. So that also is possible. So which will require a lot of help from your parents and well-wishers to approach a government and to approach corporates to raise sponsorships. But it is possible. You can raise funds to support your activities. Yeah, Government of Goa is sponsoring us with 2 lakh rupees, by the way. Yes. Any other questions? Yes. Time frame. Boys, when did they start? Started in the month of November with the first team meeting, and since then we are building. Yes. Yes. Quite a lot of time. But we don't meet every day, right? We meet on weekends. Yeah. And they all come to my house. I stay here only in Karanzale. So they are from all over. From Porvarim, from Picholi, from Sakali. One is from Sawantwadi. He's not here today. So they all travel to my place here on weekends, and we come together to build the robot and to code it. Because we have sub teams, they have broken down the work into sub teams. One team does building, one team does coding, one team does marketing and outreach. That's why we have bigger team. So you don't have to have robotic skills to become part of this team. You could have some other skills also. Presentation skills, speaking skills, designing skills. All these skills makes a team. We don't only want coders. For example, there are 2-3 of them who don't know anything about coding, right? But they still are part of this team. Any other question? Yes. 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 So every year there is a theme which changes. This year the theme is power play, and this is the mad design. Next year there will be another theme for which we'll design a robot to solve that challenge. That's the challenge. But all over the world the theme is the same. No, the code also will change next year. It will be something else. These game elements come from the company who is forming the. So we have to import these items: the poles, the cones. Yeah. So when we go to Pune next month, there will be teams from all over India competing for the top 2 positions. The top 2 positions will go to Houston, Texas in April for the international leg. From which all over 190 countries teams will be coming to Houston in April to compete for the top prize there. Yes, for this particular theme this year. Within the time span of 3 minutes, you have to score maximum points. For example, the top junction will give you 5 points. Yeah, so that way you can score 200 points, 250 points, 300 points. Okay, then we will wind up. Thanks, and one more round of applause for this team.
Students, please be seated for 2 minutes. Since they have really demonstrated nicely, we also require to give them the gratitude. So first of all, on behalf of Goa Science Center and all the student friends, I would like to thank them, and also we would like to give them the certificates and a memento from Goa Science Center. Next program we are having